5:15 in the morning. Just getting started on about a 12-hour run today. It's still nice and calm, but it's a great time to stand up here and put the poles out so that if later we put the paravanes in the water, and I think we will based on the forecast today, we don't have to come up here when it starts to get rolling. So putting the poles out is pretty simple. You can see it's totally loose right now, but they're balanced here. So just a couple fingers and off it goes. And just make sure everything feeds out nicely. Big cleat down here. And that's it.
The line got caught up. There we go. We're in the middle of Frederick Sound, and with the confluence of Chatham Strait straight ahead. Here's kind of what it looks like on the chart. This is Frederick Sound, that's Chatham. And we're gonna go around Admiralty Island and head north. But today is a lot of just big open water cruising. We've got about 2-foot seas, about 10 knots of wind, and lumpy enough that we put the fish in the water. We're bouncing around a little bit, but no big deal. Just trying to make some tracks today as we work our way north and get ready for staging for our next leg of our journey. Approaching Yasha Island, getting ready to make our right turn into Chatham Strait.
3, 2, 1, set down.
It's slack tide and the water settled down a little bit. We've turned the corner and we're heading into Chatham Strait. The seas are really quite calm. It's super cloudy though, low cloud cover.
The last of our course from today's cruise. And out the window, there's blue sky. But we're going over that way.
There's Chatham that way, and we're entering into our anchorage here. Pavlov Harbor. Looks like it could be pretty cool. Good morning. It's about 9 a.m. We've had a nice quiet morning. The sun was out for a while. It's ducked behind some clouds now. And this is the anchorage at low tide. It's a zero tide. Actually, it's a minus tide today. There's a waterfall back in there. The beach looks really interesting. We're going to head out. We put some crab pots out yesterday. We're going to go check them and see how those look. We had some sightings this morning. We saw a couple of wolves, an elk, and a whale. So that was pretty cool. There's been a lot of bird life in this bay. Rocks over here. Go that way.
Trying to navigate our way up to the waterfalls.
Oh, goodness.
This is all big boulders.
Yeah. We're on the beach in the bay. Sea Venture's out there, the tender's here. We have a couple more hours for the tide to come in before it starts heading out again, so we should be back hopefully by then. We'll see.
There's supposed to be a trail to a lake, but we never could find it.
No, you're right there. Go straight on up. Yeah, but yeah, either one. All right, we'll keep looking when we get up there.
It's too early in the season for the salmon, but we know that this creek area right here is incredibly popular for bears and bear watching later in the summer. Our travels in Icy Strait this morning. At the top of the screen there, you can begin to see the entrance to Glacier Bay. We'll just be going right by Glacier Bay on this trip today. But if you want to see Sea Venture in Glacier Bay, we did a video of it from our week in Glacier Bay in 2018 where we never saw a cloud. Absolutely spectacular visit to Glacier Bay in 2018. So trying not to repeat, this year we'll bypass Glacier Bay as we head out toward the North Pacific. We just left the native village of Hoonah. Now we're headed westbound in Icy Strait. And look at these conditions this morning. It is May 16th, and our target is to leave across the Gulf of Alaska on Wednesday. This is Sunday morning. So we're excited, and we're working our way toward the coast to be in position as we wait for the right weather window. And our buddy boat, a 47 Nordhaven named Igloo, that we're going to cross the Gulf with. So we're getting very excited about this adventure across the Gulf of Alaska.
We're leaving Hoonah, and we are heading out this direction and just saw this whale, and he was staying kind of right in our path, so we deviated around. We wanted to go through those islands, but looks like now he's dove down. Very cool, doll porpoises, just a couple of them. We are right outside the entrance of Glacier Bay, but we're going to keep our distance and stay over on this side of the channel. And the water's pretty clear. You can actually see them pretty well underwater. There's the guy down there. Look at both of them. lots of birds here along the shoreline. Maybe a bait ball or something going on here. And this is pretty much right outside the entrance to Glacier Bay, which is right over there. And we're going to stay over on this side, work our way around this island up ahead and into the Inian Islands, where we're going to anchor tonight. Working our way through Middle Pass in the Inian Islands, and we've got a fair bit of current against us. We're doing about 4.8 knots, 5 knots. And a good bit of wind, 23 knots of wind.
And
So
an ocean swell on top of it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that kind of rugged ocean look to it. But at any rate, the anchorage we think we're going to go to is up in there, but we may have to retreat to one more protected if this doesn't work out. We'll see.
Our first planned anchorage in this location did not work out. Too shallow, too much current, too big a rock in the middle. So we did retreat back through Middle Pass around and anchor in Inian Cove, which worked out just great.
There's Sea Venture in the back of Indian Cove. And we're making our way out. Look at the mountains, they're looking beautiful. Heading to, where are we going? Elfin Cove?
What?
Elfin Cove?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's it. Got some swells.
Elfin Cove is a 6.5 mile tender ride from where we were anchored. Part of it exposed to the North Pacific, making for a fun ride. It's obviously float planes at the end, I think.
Oh yeah. We just arrived in Elfin Cove at low tide. It looks pretty quiet here. There's nobody on the dock. There's some sport fisher boats here. Look like they're ready for the season as soon as it wants to start, if it hasn't already. And there's a big barge here, and it looks like a waterway into a back channel. So we're going to go wander around and see what we can find. Looks like a pretty sleepy town right now.
There's Elfin Cove School.
Oh wow. No, it's the Elfin Cove Labrador. He looks very busy down there. And this is the harbor.
a view of the waterway to the back bay from the boardwalk above. Granted, it was low tide, but it's extremely narrow and looked like it was about 3 feet deep at the time.
The general store opened Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. There's a boardwalk we were on just a little bit ago. Now we're taking the tender through this little channel into this back bay. But I have to say, at low tide, this is a very little channel.
Yeah. 5 feet deep.
It's probably not much better at high tide.
No.
All right, we are digging around in Elfin Cove, in the back cove. We're kind of looking around at what's here. It's pretty quiet right now.
But it's pretty big. There's
there's a lot going on here.
I don't know, 50 or 60 buildings, 70 buildings maybe.
Yeah.
Some big lodges.
And we chatted with a local who said that in the wintertime there's like 6 people here.
Yeah.
But in the summer times they have
200 people
guests a day.
a day coming and going.
Yep. And these are their fishing charter guests who come and pay for the charters and the trips out and all that good stuff. And then they have room for transient boaters.
But not really.
But not a lot. And not so much. Clearly the fishermen are the people that they cater to.
Yeah.
So, but at any rate, it's more than we thought, but honestly very quiet right now. Sleepy town, nothing's open. The post office is not open.
They said that I think it all comes to life the first part of June when the salmon hit this area.
Yeah.
Because this is world-class salmon fishing right outside of here in the ocean. So
Yeah. So at any rate.
This is, yeah.
So I'll take a look around. It's pretty interesting.
Maybe not.
We're in Cross Sound. We just came around the corner from Elfin Cove. There's the Pacific.
A sailboat.
There's
Not sailing, but a sailboat.
There's a sailboat out here, and Cape Spencer in the distance, which we're going to go around one of these days very soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
But for now, that way.
With the sunset view from Inian Cove, it's a good time to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, and all those good YouTube things. It's a pleasure to make these videos for you and to share. Don't forget to reach out and say hi if you see us out on the water. Till next time, wishing you no wind and flat seas.